we can begin. So, this is our new website. I'm assuming most of you have at least seen this part of it. Before I get to the map, I'll just show you a couple of things on here first. Obviously, you can view the white paper there, which will open our very swanky new white paper as well. And then there's just a bit of information about who we are, what we do. I'm not going to go through it all, but it's just a brief sort of overview of the characters and the land, and as we add other races, there'll be information on that. Hopefully these will be updated pretty soon, and we can see what we're going to be paying. There's frequently asked questions down here as well, which come in handy. This marketplace will link to our native marketplace eventually, this link here, but for now I think it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay, let's go to what we're all here for, which is buying land. So you can click the land NFTs button here, which will bring you down to this section here, and then it's pretty straightforward. You just click on the buy land link, which will take you to our map. So as you can see, it's all color coded according to region. So the purple at the top is Forest of Whimsy, the brown on the left is Mystic Alpines, the red is the Enchanted Forest, and the green is Elysian Fields. The blue in the center is the Cosmic Enchanter's Land, which is not for sale. That's for events and things like the main city of Enchantaria will be in there and all that sort of stuff. There are a couple of land plots that are miscolored, like this one here. That one is actually Elysian Fields. We're working on fixing that before the sale. So that's essentially what I just showed you there, is how you'll buy land. So you can zoom in with your mouse wheel, or there's these buttons up the top here if that's simpler. I know, like when I looked at it on my phone, it was easier for me to use those buttons than it was to use like my pinching with my fingers. I just found it easier. But on a PC, using the mouse is easier. And once you're zoomed in like this, you can left click on the map and drag, and that will move you around the map, so that you can sort of stay zoomed in if you want to, or you can zoom all the way out. You probably guessed the orange roads. The orange squares are roads, so they're not available for purchase. Same as the ocean tiles as well. But yeah, essentially what you would want to do when the land sale goes live in, 3 days and 13 hours, you select where you want to build. So let's say you want this piece of waterfront land. Just left click it, it'll turn red, and this little pop-up will open up. This button here, buy land, will be functional on Saturday. It's Sunday morning for me, but Saturday for most of the rest of the world. And that will, once you click that will open up your MetaMask transaction for you to be able to confirm. The coordinates are there as well, so that you can see which land exactly you are purchasing, and those are XY coordinates. So I think 00 is probably in here somewhere. That's pretty much it. You'll only be able to purchase one block of land at a time. So to purchase 10, you'll have to click here, click buy, confirm the transaction in MetaMask, wait for the transaction to go through, come back, click here, and so on, and repeat that process until you've purchased all of the land that you are either allowed to if it's during pre-sale, or that you want to during public sale. There is a public sale limit of 75, but I'm not sure we'll reach that before, like any one person will reach that before we sell out. So we'll see. Any questions? Yeah, I'm recording it, so I have noticed that there's the max number of viewers are in here at the moment, so some people can't view right now. I didn't know it was a thing either, but I am recording it, so we'll get that uploaded onto YouTube at some point. Yes, thank you. I did want to mention that. So after land is sold, so you'll see here that it highlights red when you select it, when you're purchasing the land. After the transaction goes through, that will turn grey. And so you'll be able to see all of the land on the map that will be greyed out. Yeah, greyed out. Good question. So if people try and buy the same plot at the same time, what will happen is it'll just be a first come first serve. So whichever transaction goes through first will be the one that succeeds in purchasing the land. The second transaction will fail. Yeah, it's. I don't think you'll be able to see what other people are selecting. So, like, you won't see tons of red squares all around the map. You'll only see what you're selecting. It's just when other people have purchased, it'll go grey. I'm not sure if you'll need to like refresh the page to see that or not, or whether that will update in real time. I have a feeling you'll need to refresh the page. Could traffic crash the whole thing if too many people try to mint once public mint goes live? I suppose that is possible, but we are anticipating high volumes, so we have built it around that sort of assumption, so I don't think that's going to be a thing. It would be kind of good and bad though, like it's like when we have parties in Discord and we crash Discord. It's like, it's good, but it's also bad. Will there be secondary during pre-sale? Do you mean, will there be, like, can we list on the market? Right, okay. So that will depend on whether our marketplace is fully audited by the time land sale comes around. I think it's currently being audited, all of the contracts that go with the marketplace. And then it depends on when it's available on NFT Key if they list it and all of that. So I'm not sure on that. Yeah, so I use the Cosmic Universe RPC as well. Well, that's the one that I've switched to now, and it's it's been brilliant for me. Hasn't no transaction has failed for me, or I haven't seen any issues with it. So I'd be using that one, or you could use the I think Hermes have one as well, and they've had 100% uptime with theirs, I think, from memory. I'm not sure how it works with NFT Key. I think they have to choose to upload, like, choose to sell or host an NFT collection. So I think it's up to them. I'm not sure if they need to get some kind of approval from us. But I'll talk to Wiz about that later, because I would like to know the answer to that. Yeah, I'll let you know when I know. No. No, I do not. Yes, MetaMask is the compatible wallet that will be needed for this. Any other questions? On an iPhone, so on the phone you should be able to mint via phones, but to view the map and to make sure that your MetaMask is connected, you need to view it through the browser that is built in to the MetaMask app. So I know that app is available on Android because I have an Android phone. I assume it's on iPhones as well, but I don't know that for certain. But it's within the browser within the MetaMask app, because that's the only way that you can connect your wallet to the browser, is through that. Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. I should have done this on Twitch now that I think about it, and then we wouldn't have been limited with viewers, but that's okay. I'll know for next time. Does the level of elevation, will it be noticeable on the map, and does it influence the number of structures you can construct? Okay, so the only indication of elevation is, I suppose, what you can see on the map here. This is only artistic impression. So, like, I assume many of you have seen the videos that we've released of our in-game footage. That's what you'll see in the land. But no, you won't know like which of these specific plots is a really steep terrain or which has flat land or whatever. But we have asked the developers, and most are flat. They're well, not flat, but most have at least some buildable land on them. There are some that don't, but there's not many. But that's all we know at this stage. Yes, Shan, I agree.
Yeah, it definitely has to be rhythm.
Home, some land close to the water. The buy area includes the water, so can you swim? That's a question I have as well. I believe that will be a thing. However, I don't want to commit to that as 100% confirmed. But I think so. Can you try pressing a cabbage? I don't know what that means, Jimmy. Yeah, Links, that's pretty unlikely. There are going to be plots that don't have buildable space, but those will be compensated by having more resources than plots that do have buildable space. So a lot of the Forest of Whimsy as well will be resource heavy, because like there's not going to be as much buildable land there either. Ah, Perfect Wiz is here. Is he in the chat? Yes, he is.
That was a long scroll down to find him, though.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people in here. We'll be able to resell plots as a batch. No, I think all plots will just be listed as one. So just singular NFTs. Spoonman, yes, you can use the Cosmic Universe RPC, but you don't need to. But that is it's what I use, and it's what I intend on using. But there are many that will work. The only limitation, so this is a question, I should probably read the question because I'm not recording the Discord chat. So Christopher Hamilton asks, are there certain buildings that must be built on certain terrain? The only limitation for that at this stage is waterfront land, and there will be waterfront specific buildings. But other than that, we don't have any other buildings that require, say, a hill or anything like that. Yeah, Marks, we are recording it because, yeah, we've reached the maximum number of viewers. So for plots with elevation at an angle, it should be more land right. Do you mean a larger area? I suppose technically. I'm not really sure. You might have to ask Rhythm about that. I'm the creative writer, dude. I don't know maths. Yeah, it has turned into a mini AMA. A suggestion for lower budget players. Well, it depends on what you class as a lower budget, really. I mean, it's all about what you can afford and your own sort of plans as well. Some people might want to focus on getting a plot that has a lot of resources, and someone else might want an Elysian Fields plot that has a lot of land available to build on. It just depends on what you want to do in the game, so I don't really know about that one.
If it was me, I would probably go for more of the Elysian Fields plots, because you can always farm on other people's. And then you'll have more space to build yourself and level up your land. But that's true. Just what I would do.
How big is the island in real life terms? It is 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers. That is the size of the map. And each land plot is 50 meters by 50 meters. And I don't know if you've seen Wiz's post, I think it was yesterday. He showed just a simple home which is 10 by 10 meters on a plot of land, and it just shows how much space there is actually going to be. Yeah, just coordinates. We won't have pictures. There we go, that's the picture. We won't have pictures of the plot. We haven't been able to do that because we're still developing parts of the land.
Any of the structures you see in the videos will be taken down for in-game as well, because obviously you're the one that has to develop that land. It's not stuff that we've just thrown in there.
Yes, that's right. My favourite food is tomato. Will the plots in the middle of the lake on the map also be the exact same in the world, as in only water? Or will they all be at the lake shore instead? Dawnbreaker, can you ask that again? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. So Christopher Hamilton asks as well if there's going to be faster ways to travel around. So traveling on the road will be faster than, you know, traversing the wilderness, I guess. The specifics of that I'm not sure of just yet. Yeah, so it will be faster on the road, but other than that, and there'll obviously be the mounts that we have as well with our dragons. They will increase the speed at which you can move around as well. And I think there's a card, one of the badges increases your speed as well, but I'm not sure. So I might ask Wiz how the marketplace is coming along and how close that's going to be, if we have an answer for that. So just for the recording as well, because we can't see what's happening in the Discord chat, someone has asked about faster ways to move around, and Wiz has answered that you'll be able to input coordinates if you own a land plot and immediately travel to that land plot. So that will be a faster way to move around as well.
I'm going to buy on each end of the island.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was just thinking.
And one in the centre.
Does my land generate magic? You will be able to stake your land. There's information on that in the land article that Wiz wrote a while back. Can someone link that in Discord for me? That explains like what you need to do and how you seed it and earn magic that way. Popper Big Mac asks, will the prices of land be in whole numbers? I imagine so. I imagine that we will round it to some nicer numbers rather than 0.76432.
0.42069.
Yeah. Will there be any pre-existing structures on any plots like ruins? No. So those are just for the video. Any pre-existing structures will be moved to the Cosmic Enchanters land area, or just deleted if we don't want to keep them. The biggest mega structure will be 10 plots in a 5x2 or a 3x3 plus 1, sort of a little entrance layout. Wiz has done it in the chat how it works, but okay, so Dawnbreaker's asking about the lakes. No, so those lakes are they won't be purchasable. So the water in the middle of the lake here is not purchasable plots. So only the green is. So the blue, like you'll notice, you can click on here, but if I was to click here, it doesn't select anything. So you won't be able to purchase it.
Do you think you'll be able to get 10 plots next to each other? It's hard to say, but I mean, the biggest buildings aren't going to be available right off the bat anyway, so there'll be more land coming and more ways to trade to get those plots together. and the biggest plots are things like theme parks and spaceports. So.
Resorts.
Yeah.
So what is not available to purchase? Anything in the middle here that is blue, so all of this big square, you cannot purchase any of that. Any water tiles, whether that's the lakes or around the outside of the island, you cannot purchase, and all of the roads you cannot purchase either. Other than that, you can. So I think Wiz was answering how many people do you think can be online at a time per island, and the answer was that's something we can't determine until we do live stress testing on the server and upgrade if necessary. So yeah, we just have to wait for that and develop as we go.
Can 10,000 wizards fit on this island at once? Well, they're not going to anyway because a lot of people have several wizards, but Wiz, can you answer that one?
So Zion is asking, will the native marketplace make NFT trades possible? So could you trade land for land from someone else, or can you only sell yours and then buy theirs? So yes, that's something that we want to develop. It's not going to be available right off the bat, but that functionality on the marketplace is something that we want. But for now, it's just going to be listing land, someone else will buy it, and then you buy their land. NBC, yes, one at a time is the minting. So,
will the size for the island be the standard going forward, or will others be bigger? At this stage, this is the biggest we can do with what the systems can handle, as far as I'm aware. Is that right, Rip?
I think so. I don't think we're committing to anything with that because it's, still very early stages of even concept. So. I think it'll be at least the same size, if not bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, at this point, if we wanted more land plots, we would have to fit those land plots into the same size island rather than make the island itself bigger.
Swimming across the water if you own an island. What island? There are no islands. Where would you swim to?
Planning ahead. There's no swimming yet. That's all we've got, sorry.
Do you get resources on the green part of the island? Yes, every plot will have at least one resource node, including Elysian Fields.
Is the green part?
Yeah, that's I just answered.
Okay. Fun fact, Zion.
Any underground structures? Not at this stage, though that would be cool, right? Yeah, some of those whales in the water will be brandishing some pretty deadly weapons, I think.
Do you think there'll be some plots nobody will want? Not at this stage. Maybe eventually when we're far bigger, but I think anybody will want a plot at any point.
I think even even the most out of the way plots that you think might not be worth something, or at least
they're going to be desirable at this point.
Yeah, because you can stake them, right? Like, so every plot has value because you can stake it. Do we know when land staking will happen? I will let Wiz answer that one because I don't know. So Spiky asks, are resources finite on the land plots? No. So there will be a certain number of resource nodes. So like a tree, for example. And if you want to harvest that tree, you would chop it down, and that takes however long it takes. And then after a period of time, that tree would then respawn in the same place, and it would be available for chopping down again. That's generally how most MMOs work with resource farming. How will the quests work? Will there be NPCs or destinations that are on other people's lands? So quests, yes, there will be NPCs, and yes, there will be other destinations that you go to or will be directed to on the quests. But since people can build on their land, and where we might, declare a quest to be, so we can't really put a destination of a quest on someone else's land because we don't know what's going to be there, because everyone can build whatever they want on their own land. So it won't be directing people to players' lands, but it will be directing you to somewhere. That's what I can say. Will there be day and night and weather? There will definitely be day and night. We do want dynamic weather. It's just dependent on how stressful that would be on a player's PC. So we want to keep this as accessible as we can for as many people as we can. So we don't want to make a game that is requiring a really heavy-duty PC to play. So if possible, yes, we will have dynamic weather. But there is definitely day and night.
And yes, Enlightened is a legion.
What did I miss?
Foggy. To Enlightened, you must be a legion because you were here before I went to bed and you're still here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so land staking is most likely going to be available in the beta. Is this a road? That purple one that is unselectable, is that? Yeah. I think that is supposed to be a road, yes. Or water, actually. Wiz answered that down there. It's supposed to be water, so it's not mintable. It's just coloured wrong, that's all. I don't think I'll explain land staking on this because it'll probably take a while, but you can read the land staking article that was the land article, and it went into how land staking is going to work. That's on our Medium, which you can get to by clicking this news button here. And it is this one, January 9th. Can we describe a little more about how the buildings structures will work? So if I build a 5-star resort with art museum and convention center, I can charge rent. Maybe entry fee rather than rent? Not sure exactly on how all of that is going to work, so I can't really discuss that. We're still talking about how all that works internally.
Can we protect our land from trespassers only by yelling, "Get off my lawn"? Or maybe a sign
that says "Get off my lawn."
Yeah. And a guard dog. No, I'm just making things up.
Is the increased earnings from your land from building higher level buildings land XP in Cosmic and still based on your wizard's percentage? I think I know what you mean, and we're still determining how all of that is going to work. So I can't really answer that. Well, I sort of can. So increasing the experience or the level of your land will increase what you get from it in terms of staking. But as for details and specifics, TBD.
We're going to be walking all over everybody's lawns.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions now about the game. If it runs on Unreal Engine 4, will it be a HTML game or runs on a server? If it runs on a server, how is low latency assured for players in Southeast Asia versus American? Given the type of game that we're playing, I don't think latency is going to be a problem. At least, like, it won't matter if you're sitting at 100 ms latency compared to 10, because there's not going to be a massive focus on PvP. However, having said that, that's probably a question for down the road anyway, once we set up the servers that will run the game. And it's too technical for me. I'm not sure. We'd have to get one of the devs to answer that.
Forget a question. Where is Cosmic Enchanters and City of Enchanteria at the center of the map? Yes, it's in the center.
Yep, in this blue area here is where it will be, all around, built around the Tree of Life.
How do you think CM would incentivize players who don't have land for new entrants players after the land sale?
I don't understand.
That's where the rentals would come in for now, and then we would be releasing other collections as we expand as well to allow for newer players. I guess, does that answer the question?
NBC. Sorry, go.
No, sorry.
It's alright. NBC. The capybaras can do whatever they want.
Is there a way to ban them from my plot? No, but we will ban you from our game for being mean to the capybaras.
I might have to split this into 2 videos now. We'll see. And no, there is no hunting allowed in CU. No, I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not.
In Forest of Whimsy plot, if there are no trees, does it mean it has less resources? No, it will just have different resources.
So what you see
different gems and things.
What you see on the map here is not exactly descriptive of what is going to be in each plot. So just because this plot here on the map doesn't have a tree drawn on it, doesn't mean that there won't be a tree on that plot. There might be. And same as these ones, just because there are trees there doesn't mean that there will be in the game. So it's just representative of the style of the area and the region. So this whole section of Forest of Whimsy here may or may not be more open. It's just representative of the style of each region.
Do you think this game will be playable on your phone? No, not at this stage.
Too complex for phone.
Yeah. Another non-clickable spot. Thanks, Moo Moo.
Yes, you will travel faster with dragons. Is there any part of the game planned where landowners can create or mint an NFT for sale or to give to visitors of their land plot? We create and sell a virtual branded beverage or potion available now. Yes, is the answer. Yes, there will be plans for that, and specifics of that will be released when available. This has turned into a 42-minute video.
This has turned into a full AMA.
Suprak Bozanovic. I'm sure I butchered that. How many lakeside plots are there? That was one of my trivia questions the other night. So I'm not going to answer that because there's another trivia session coming up. You'll have to work it out for yourself. So to build, you'll use resources from in-game. To do things like speeding up building, that's what Cosmic will be used for. So in one of our, I think it's the land FAQs channels in Discord, it shows all of the uses for Cosmic and Magic and things. So in there you'll find what the uses of Cosmic are, but for buildings you might need like 100 wood and 50 stone or whatever the building requirements are. And as you build more and more advanced buildings, those requirements will increase to the rarer types of resources and more of them, more than likely. Thanks, Enlightened. I think I'll cap it at an hour just as an absolute maximum, so that's another 15 minutes. Is Krypton a flat or round planet? How many flat earthers do we have here? That would be an interesting thing.
Jimmy asked, you mentioned that resources are not the one that we can see right now in the plot, and they'll be allocated later. So how do you plan to fairly attribute them after you know who owns the lands? So the devs don't know. They don't care either. So they'll just be making sure it's fair for everybody.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of it will be procedurally generated as well, so it'll be an algorithm that decides where things go.
Yeah. We're not going to be going through everybody and making sure that some people get better resources than others. All about fairness, fam.
Will we eventually be able to name our land plots, roads, etc. through governance? I would hope that we'd be able to name our wizards and land plots and things like that. That would be cool. So hopefully. And the roads through governance, that's a pretty cool idea. can you put that in feedback and suggestions, just so we don't lose it in the chat? That would be very cool.
Will we eventually be able to name our plots, roads, etc., maybe through governance?
Yeah, just answer
I think we brought... Oh, sorry, I was reading something else.
Yeah.
My bad. What did you say?
I said, I hope so, that would be cool, and to put it in the feedback and suggestions.
Oh, we brought it up quite a while ago, and I think was on board with that idea to have named land. Mine was going to be called Shantastic Land.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did bring it up, eh? That was so long ago.
Yeah, been forgotten.
Will there be any stamina for wizards? After working for X number of hours, they need to rest for Y number of hours or something along similar lines. Yes, there will be a system in-game for that, whether it's called stamina or energy or whatever. There will be a system to... so you can't just infinitely farm daily. There'll be a maximum amount of actions that you can take, whether it's farming or building or whatever, but that's all to be determined and developed through the alpha and beta for testing. Mumi, yes, that one should be green. That one is Elysian Fields. I think Enlightened went through the map and we've got a few miscoloured squares, and I think we're getting them fixed at the moment. Yep, there we go. And you can harvest resources on any plot. Yes, you can. So if you don't own the plot, the resources will be split 3 ways, and the percentage of that split is undetermined at this stage, but whoever harvests it will get some of it. The owner of the land will also get some of it, and the owners of the land within a 20 by 20 land plot area around where you harvested it will also get a portion of that. Yeah, so what Wizard has said in the chat is around what we were talking about with energy and stamina, and that you will need to rest or meditate to replenish the stamina or energy that you use. We've actually got some pretty cool ideas around how that will work too, so that will be fun. So if you have a wizard and you don't own land, you will get far less in terms of resources. So we haven't worked out exactly how much less or what the penalty, if you like, would be, but it would be significantly less. So the reason behind that is we don't want essentially a bunch of bots coming into the game with wizards only, running around farming and doing nothing else and just farming and selling. So we want to encourage people to actually play the game, and playing the game is building. So we want to see all of the beautiful things that everyone is going to create on their land plots, and yeah, that's generally what we're thinking around that. The lakes will be there, yes. Will there be a community police force to prevent crimes such as drunk dragon flying, illegal rainbow hemp trafficking, and more? Also, how are the beaches of Forest of Whimsy? Okay, so I'd say there probably won't be a community police force, because who wants to stop rainbow hemp trafficking? I mean, we all live for that. And the beaches of the Forest of Whimsy, I don't think they're going to be big beaches.
The Elysian Field.
Yeah.
The bottom of the Elysian Field, southernmost Elysian Field plots will have beaches large enough to build on.
Yeah, so the ones around the rest of the map will most likely be rocky and that kind of thing.
Yeah, or just not wide enough to be able to build the waterfront exclusive buildings. Any animal NPC coming? Yes, capybaras to start with, and more eventually.
No, we haven't got any plans for boats in the game as yet. So when we do have other islands, like the Elven Island and Ape Island and so on, to get to those islands there will be portals. The portals will be in the capital city of Enchantaria and the capital cities of the other islands as well. But no, at this stage we don't have plans for boats. So how will you guys make money if players earn and don't have to pay other than buying the NFT? So there will be certain things that will be done in-game that will require a cosmic fee or a magic fee, depending on what it is. Plus there will also be the marketplace, and there'll be a percentage that will funnel back into the game for development from that. So those are some other avenues of revenue, besides actually selling the NFT collections. If you have multiple wizards, will it be easy to allocate them to the same land plot, or will different plots be required? I don't think that matters. I don't think you allocate a wizard to a land plot, so you can only play one wizard at a time anyway, so there'll only be a certain amount of time that someone can invest in the game daily. So I'm not sure exactly how that will work, but I don't think there's any sort of linking between a wizard and a land plot. And maybe Wiz can elaborate on that. Oh, maybe he's answered it already. Yeah. Yeah. So basically what I said is fine. Thanks, Zion. Maybe I'll suggest an NPC that goes around like rattling a bowl or something. Who gets to play the alpha? That is to be determined. So we've got a few people on the pre-alpha whitelist at the moment because they won places for it. But we will have some kind of sign up for the pre-alpha, so you'll have to register and answer some questions and meet certain requirements. So you'll definitely need to own land for that stage. We won't have the renting system in place by then, so you'll definitely need to own land to play in the pre-alpha. Plus there'll be some other questions, and probably I think Rhythm was writing up a survey to for that for when the time comes. Is it just me, or is the price of land all of a sudden pumping since you started this live? Do you mean the price of magic? What is the price of magic? I can't see.
It's $1.31. It's gone up about 3 cents.
I should just keep talking.
Does each land have exclusive buildings since Elysian Field waterfront has waterfront exclusive structures? I think there are going to be some, aren't there, for each different land type?
So the land specialization, yes. So you can specialize a plot of land into, we'll have, I think, 3 at least different specializations. One of those is the commercial, for example. And by specializing your land, it will unlock certain building types that you can build. It will also lock others that you would then not be able to build because you've selected a commercial type. It's like zoning in the real world. So if you zone a piece of land as residential, you can't go and build an office there. So it's the same kind of thing. So there will be things like that, but it's not so much about the location of it, it's the specialization that you choose.
There will be pet dragons for wizards. And pre-alpha is due around the same time as elves, so it's hard to say which will come first. Will you be able to rent out a wizard to another player? Yes. As well as land.
Joe, I am recording this for YouTube. It's an hour long, so it'll probably take a while to upload. But yes, we will upload it.
Thank you again, Momo. Can we sponsor an NPC as well as a way for the community members to immortalize themselves? That's a cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
Yeah.
NBC, can you put that on feedback and suggestions, please? Just so I don't lose it.
Am I going to lose my job? This is your new job now. Will owning a dragon mean you can travel faster, build things quicker? Yes, you'll be able to travel faster by riding your dragon.
So Zion wants to create an NPC settlement. That's a cool idea, and that's all I'll say about that. Axel, the land will be purchased with the magic token. Dragon races. That could be cool. Except they all go at the same speed, so... I suppose we could have it like a... an obstacle course. When is the game going to become playable to earn if you have land and wizards? So pre-alpha will be end of quarter 1, beginning of quarter 2, and then alpha middle of the year, beta quarter 3, full release end of the year. That's the kind of loose roadmap that we have. And I think beta is likely when it'll be play and earn kind of level. Yeah, whoever suggested... Sorry, go.
No, you go.
It was Suprak. Can you put dragon races in feedback and suggestions as well, please? That'd be cool.
Do you think wizards with different attributes come into play in some way? Staffs will have different bells. And I don't think we've got any plans for any of the other attributes yet, apart from the 5% or less
the login, the daily
traits,
login bonus.
Yeah, for the daily check-in.
Alright, just a few more questions now because we've just crossed over the 1 hour mark. So, will some form of magical technology exist? Like, over time, will there be progressively more advanced magical technology, like car running on magic or something? So, yes and no. So, I'll just leave it at yes and no. We can't really sort of give much of that away because we don't really have a lot of it fully locked in yet. So,
did we ever figure out the time period of Cosmic Universe? Yes, it is Cosmic Time.
When is Cosmic Time, though?
It's after the land countdown when we can change the bot into Cosmic Time.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we should end it here.
Yep, I think that's pretty good. Any more questions I can answer in the Discord. Yep. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to end the video and we'll get this uploaded to YouTube as soon as possible.
Thanks guys.
Bye-bye.